it's like Rose is a spirit animal. Everybody's trying to like find and figure out. So I was like, Rose, let's do a podcast episode together.
Yes. 1 of 1. You got me. Remember when you thought it was going to be part-time?
Okay, so let's talk about that. And I'm like, Kyle, take a look at this. And so I passed my phone over to him and he was like, this is good. You absolutely, positively cannot have someone that you hesitate to delegate to. I am so excited. You are about to get to meet the sought-after Rosemary Barahona. And if you don't know who that is, this is my EAPA. She's like my executive assistant, personal assistant. And so often lately, people are like, wait, what does Rose do? How did you find Rose? It's like Rose is a spirit animal. Everybody's trying to like find and figure out. So I was like, Rose, let's do a podcast episode together.
Yes. 1 of 1. You got me.
I know. I'm so honored and excited. So we're going to kind of tell y'all a little bit about our story and how she has changed my life and helped me so much, because one of the questions, which we're going to walk through them all, but people, and this is what you're going to get answered in the episode, is when should you try to hire a personal assistant, or it's a hard tongue twister, or an executive assistant. When should that be? What should their role be? How do you, like, what are some critical things to think about as you're hiring that person? And Rose and I are just two peas in a pod. I mean, I will say, of everybody, she sees the most stressed out version of me. Would you agree?
And love you through it.
And she loves me through it. But she gets you know how you have like messages with your like friends or even your team and you're like, hi, happy Tuesday. I'm like, hey, where is this? Sometimes. So
hey, happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day. Also, emergency.
that is really it. So, okay. So I feel like, Rose, we have to talk about like how we met.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a story. So like we met, I don't know,
6 years ago.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So tell them like how we know each other.
So my husband, Chris, works for your husband, Kyle.
Yep.
So I knew you since you lived in the apartment.
Gosh, which apartment was it?
The Woodstock apartment.
The Woodstock one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We would do little Christmas parties there with Kyle's team. So yeah, I've been in your life since Easton was born, really.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even right before Easton, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Dang.
But yeah, so I got to know you there through Chris and Kyle's working relationship. And I eventually ended up cleaning your house, babysitting your children, and we just grew over time in our relationship. So
we did. So yeah, I mean, I had known Chris and Rose, like they were a part of the team in my brain. And so at the beginning of our like working relationship, Rose was so attentive to details. And I was like, I'd had other people that had cleaned my home before. And I'll tell you, like, it takes someone who really cares and is very detail oriented to not to not miss things. And one thing that Rose did is she proactively did some things that I was like, oh my gosh, did my toilet paper just get kissed by the sun? I was like, it has a little stamp on it. It's like, I sat down and I'd be like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm like, who does this?
And the flowers.
The flowers.
Easton loves the flowers.
Yes, he'd be like, Mom, there's a flower on my toilet paper.
Yeah.
It was but like, honestly, like looking back, I'm like, attended to details, proactive, like saw the next move ahead of time. I'm like, those were all qualities of someone who's an amazing executive assistant.
And if I do say so myself, caring, because it's like, it wasn't just cleaning your house for me. It was, hey, I know Ashley is like certain things a certain way. And so let me make the toilet paper pretty because she'll appreciate that. And so it was just like that extra level of care that I brought to my work, and you saw it.
I did. I feel like so many people, because we have to tell the world, you are in your 20s.
I am. I'm 27.
Oh my gosh. So I'll tell you, I know many 27-year-olds, or at least a good many, and there are not many. In fact, there's no one else I know that has the level of like professionalism that she can like whip out. Like it's like up in there. Like she has so many skills of the professionalism. She's hilarious.
Thanks.
We were talking earlier. We were like,
that's my part-time job.
That's her part-time job. She's like comedian when you need it. But I could see through the work that she did that there was no thing that was beneath Rose
Totally.
because you saw the value in it. And as we're going to talk about in a minute, like I caught myself at the tailgate at the Georgia game. I went to tailgate with Macy, and they had this tailgate, and they had ketchup, and I was like, "Oh, I caught myself stacking the ketchup because at Chick-fil-A, part of my role was with the sauces to stack all the sauces to make them organized and
That's
clean,
so
and
funny.
I was like, I didn't care that I was stacking ketchup. That was
Yeah.
my job. I didn't care that I was cleaning a toilet. That was my job.
Yeah.
And I was like, this pursues the mission. That's how I thought. And not many people that are 27 are willing. It's like everybody wants the six-figure salary and they want the unlimited paid time off and they want to go on company trips and they want to do all these fun things and just post on social media. They don't want to do the work that actually gets you to that place. And I feel like you and we were willing to do whatever work it was, no matter what or when, because we saw like the vision or the long term.
Totally,
Yeah.
and that might be, eldest daughter syndrome for me, but, I just always have had this sense of responsibility in everything that I do and
Mm-hmm.
care, and I think it's just honestly what makes me a great executive assistant and
Mm.
personal assistant because it's like, you have to actually care about the little things
Mm-hmm.
to make the whole big picture work.
You do because this role is 9 million little things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
different things every day.
Remember when you thought it was gonna be part-time?
Okay, so let's talk about that. So here's how this works. So Rose, one day, I guess God spoke to her. I have got to believe because the timing was impeccable. But I'm sitting on the back porch with Kyle, and I get this email, and I'm like, I immediately think that Rose is quitting the cleaning because I'm like, it's like proposal, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, but she's so great. And so I opened this role, and Rose basically sent me a literal email with a document, and it was essentially, if I could summarize, like, here's all the reasons why I should be your executive assistant. And she knew that I would be worried about the house cleaning thing. And she was like, I will personally find you a new replacement for the house cleaning that I will interview and will onboard and make sure that they do a great job, which she has done, by the way. And she was like, here's all the things. I'll audit your day. We'll see what's taking up your time. But here's the things I already think you're probably going to benefit from my time on.
Mhm.
And I'm like, Kyle, take a look at this. And so I passed my phone over to him and he was like, this is good. I was like, it's a little bit chat GPT, but like she put thought
Oh, it
into it.
was totally my brain dumped into
Chat
ChatGPT
GPT.
and then pulled and then edited and then sent it your way.
I loved it. It was so
'Cause you
good.
appreciate formatting.
You know I do.
Yeah.
I have to have a good format. I'm like, I don't understand if it's not like
Boom,
it
boom, boom.
it was like topic, detail, why. And she sold me. She was sales girling me the whole time. So then I'm like, Kyle, I think I need to do this. I was like, but I just talked with Hannah. I'm like, I like my finance at the time. And I was like, we just made this other investment in this person. I'm like, I don't think we can do all this at once because it always overwhelms me to add a bunch of things at once. I mean, you see all the things that people don't realize are expenses and things in the business. It's
Yeah.
like, who Lord. And so I told Kyle, I was like, I think I'll do it part-time. And he was like, you freaking need this full-time. And I'm like, there's no way that I've not had an executive or personal assistant that it's going to be full-time. I was like, it's not going to take 40 hours and I'm not going to pay 40 hours for not 40 hours. And he was like, you're making a mistake. Hire her full-time and respond to her right now. And I was like, I agree.
I think you literally hired me within the week.
Yeah.
Like, I sent you the email, we had a meeting, and then I was hired, and then I started, like, during challenge week.
I was like, how soon can you start? She's like, immediately. And I was
Yeah.
like, perfect. That works with me. But you know that like I make a decision. Like I think about a decision, but I don't like to loom over it. So if there's something, I'll go to Kyle and I'm like, hey, this is the scenario. What do you think? And he's like, you need to do it. Like he's always the person that like I don't think y'all realize how many decisions that are the right decision that he actually helps me make.
Yeah.
But and
I get to see some of
you
that.
get to see some of it
Yeah.
now. And I'm like, God, thank God that I have someone else in my brain to be like, no, Ashley, because I'm always look back and I'm like, that was the right move. But sometimes I can't see it in the moment. But man, has this been a full-time job? I'm like,
Oh,
dang, we
yeah.
need like 5 roses.
Yeah. Yeah, totally, and,
What made
it's
you do that, by the way?
so, I actually had a facial studio. You guys, I'm a hustler, okay? I had a cleaning business, cleaned your house.
You cleaned Kyle's office.
I cleaned Kyle's office. I still do that.
Do you?
I still clean yes. Yes, I'm just a hustler at heart, and
Wow.
again, what makes me a good EA, right?
Wow.
And I also had a facial studio at the time.
Yep.
So, I was doing both of those businesses, and I was like, "Gosh, I am just not happy." Like, I'm
Mm.
just this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. It's not fun for me, like, it was work,
It felt
right?
like going to
It
work, yeah.
felt like work. Even though it was my own businesses, I was like, this is just not my vibe." Um, but I knew I was good at all of the nitty-gritty of business,
Yeah,
like, getting the things done that need to be done and
totally.
organizing and, what steps next and seeing into the future, like, what do I need to do to get to this place? And so
Yep.
I'm like, I have all of these business skills, but I don't love owning my own business,
Mhm,
which I thought I would.
mhm,
And I'm like, so I could be a great entrepreneur.
mhm.
And I was often like cleaning your house and babysitting the children and all of that. And so I got to see into your life just a peek,
Mhm.
but enough to see like Ashley doesn't need to be going to the grocery store. Like
Mhm.
her time is worth so much more than that.
Mhm.
You know,
When you saw me stressed out, I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna
yeah.
do all of this, and then I gotta go do this," and then, like, you
Yeah.
saw, "Oh my god, you're
I
doing."
saw the chaos. I
Yeah,
saw
it was chaos.
for good reason because I mean, look what you've built over the past,
Mhm,
what, 3 years?
mhm,
Yeah. I mean, for good reason. But I saw an opportunity to take some of that off of your plate.
mhm.
And also, I truly believe, and I'm not just saying this because I work for you, I truly believe that there is nothing that exists like Paid Ads Academy. There's really not.
Aw.
Like the program you've built, the team you've built, there's just nothing like it. And so I was like, I want to be a part of that. And
Mhm,
so I pitched you.
mhm.
And caveat, I did, I was babysitting and you're like, hey, do you want to come to an event in January
That's
and assist me?
right.
And I
Yes.
was like, sure, why not? Again, hustler. I'll take any opportunity. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's go, let's do it.
Yep.
And so I got the behind the scenes look into you being on stage and like you just blooming into this entrepreneur
Yeah.
and yeah, I was like, I have to be a part of
And you were
this.
happy to do it. Like, that's the thing. It's like, here's some when you talk about hiring an executive assistant or personal assistant, you absolutely, positively cannot have someone that you hesitate to delegate to.
Mhm.
Like, you can't be like, "Hey, I know I gave you 90 things. I'm so sorry, but can you do this too?" Like, you have to have someone that can hold, "Here's 97 things that just came to my brain. Oh, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, here's another." Like, if I hesitate to delegate, then I can't
Then
work.
what's the point?
You can't I
Yeah.
can't because
Yeah.
there's too many things that come up in life. It's a life. There's
Yeah.
always so many. I'm like, today, I'm like, "Hey, Rose, did you see the 15 emails we have to have for that loan document for this office we're trying to get?" Like 15 things.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm about to have an anxiety attack, but I'm like, forward to Rosemary Barahona. Okay, all
Yeah.
done.
Taken care of.
But like, if I had to do that on top of today, that's what was causing the burnout and the chaos was all the other things that were stacking.
Mhm.
And now I can just click forward. I'm like, there it goes.
Or like send me a quick voice memo. We love voice
Yes.
memoing. It's
Yeah.
so effective.
You can just hold so many tasks without showing me your frustration. Like, you just can't
Totally.
have someone that's like, "Yep, okay." Like, I just, and even if she may feel it, because 'cause I'm sure she's a human and has moments. She's even said sometimes she's like, "I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but it's gonna be great, but I've got," like, she holds it so good, and so for an executive assistant specifically, you have to have someone that can hold
And
a
not
lot.
not just hold it, but that can hold it and that you can trust it will be taken care of,
Mhm,
right? Like, you can just send me what you need
mhm.
and know that it's gonna get done.
Yeah,
And, like, having that peace of mind, I'm sure brings you a lot of
it does.
peace.
It does, and the other thing about when you're thinking about hiring an executive assistant, personal assistant, is you have to have someone who, like Rose, is a, "I will figure it out." Like,
Mhm.
I randomly one day was like, "Hey, in 2 hours, I need to make an Amazon affiliate dashboard," and I, did it in the past, but I don't have it in front of me, so, like, I just needed, like, a collection, and I need these links, and it needed to be organized, and here's the login, and within 2 hours, she was like, "Oh, we did it, and I worked with the social team, and the automation's up, we're good," and I'm like, "You didn't even know what you were doing, and you figured it out," and she
I
n
made an ad for you. I edited a ad video.
you did, you oh, yeah, I was like, "Hey, oh, yes, I needed editing," and you're like, "Hey, I edited this the bet." God.
Yeah, I posted the podcast.
Yeah, she
Like,
posted YouTube videos.
I'm just down to do whatever. Like,
She's like
whatever it takes is what I'm gonna do.
she's like, "I'm
Yeah.
down." She's like, This was not in the role and, did make the YouTube video for today," because it's like she's just there at the end of the day because she cares about me and the company, and she's like, "Whatever it takes," and I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that is so important when you're considering who you're gonna hire as an EA or a PA or a blend hybrid is, like, you need to actually spend time with the person.
That's how I knew we could do this so
Yeah.
quickly because I had already spent time with you.
Yeah. I'm not saying hire your best friend. Definitely
No,
don't do
don't
that
do that.
because it could get messy with, like, just feelings of
Totally.
like, you can just dump some stuff on me. I'm like, "Great, boom, 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 let's do it. It's work."
Yep,
And at the end of the day, like, we still have a great
we do.
friendship as
We
well.
do.
Um, but yeah, it's just you I'm not saying hire your best friend, and I'm not saying hire a total stranger, like, maybe it's a little bit
I
for
feel
other people who don't have someone like me coming and approaching you, right? It's like, you might wanna go have lunch with them and spend some quality time and
I
make
think
sure
you
you
should
like the
I
person.
think you should do that, and I actually think you should do, like, a test period.
Yeah,
Because in 30 days, you're gonna know if you hate working with that person or if you love working with that
that's a
person.
great point.
And honestly, I've had to let people go. Kyle has had to let people go. Did I cry? Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't care. It's a human, and I hated it.
Mhm.
And I was so proud of me. I'm so proud of him because at the end of the day, those people are getting other opportunities that are really better for them, truly better for them. And I know someone that Kyle, really admired and loved them as a human, but it just wasn't working out in the work thing long term. That person is so happy now. And it was so hard. And so just remember, if you have to let someone go, they will be okay. They
Yep.
will go do what they were meant to do, and it does not work with you, and that's okay.
It's the circle
It's
of
the circle
life.
of life. So, but but I do think that as an entrepreneur, you have to trust that person, and you can't know that you're gonna trust someone until you get to work with them. So I really think you should say, "Hey, like, if someone's not if they here's the thing, Rose was in on the vision and the mission. If the person that you're hiring is like, "No, it has to be guaranteed full-time indefinitely," then that person is not fully bought in on the mission. They're bought in on the guarantee. And listen, I have you could say, "I guarantee I want you to work full-time, but we just have to make sure this works." So, if you're committed to making this work, like, there will be a full-time role for you. But at the beginning, I just need to make sure that we can, like, flow together, and you and I flowed together. I just wanted to remind you really quickly that if you haven't joined the Win with Paid Ads Challenge, the doors are closing soon. And just as a refresher, this is 5 days of you and or someone on your team learning my 5-part strategy to scale your paid ads. So day 1 is messaging, which is what you say and how you say it. Day 2 is setting, which is all the different places you can place your ads. Think Google Ads versus YouTube, Meta, or TikTok. Day 3 is targeting, which is how you can get in front of your exact right person. Day 4 is testing, so you can know what to test and how to improve your ads. And day 5 is scaling and profiting and how you can 10x whatever you're spending on your ads now so that you can have more profit and return and impact, which is ultimately what you want, right? So click the link below, and I cannot wait to see you in the Win with Paid Ads Challenge. So yes, you have to trust them. You have to be able to delegate to them. So one of the things, Rose, people ask all the time is like, what do you do?
Ooh, loaded question.
Loaded question. So I think we have to talk about the hybrid of like there's a business side and there's a personal side.
Mhm.
What do you think's the split if you had to like make
Mm.
it up?
So, what's cool about it is
Mhm.
it varies, right?
Yeah.
So, some weeks it's EA heavy, some weeks it's PA heavy, and some weeks it's pretty balanced.
Mhm.
So, we have a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but for example, when I
Like
first
the short-term rental.
yes, the
That's a new
short-term
thing.
rental
Yeah.
and then future
Short-term
short-term
rentals.
rentals.
Yeah, y'all, there's so much coming. We actually have another episode coming about the short-term rental. Kyle and I are going to
Yeah.
talk about Rose's role in how we've done the short-term rental. We'll talk about advertising your property. If you have an Airbnb or VRBO, you're going to love it. But yes, that's one thing Rose has really supported
Mhm.
with. Like she basically it's
So,
like
I don't know, I would call that EA and PA.
it
Like,
is.
that's, like, really just a
It's like
blend.
another business that we have,
Yeah.
but it's also like a personal thing that we're doing to create in this business. And she's just like, yeah.
Got
So
it.
one day a week you are
Mhm.
working basically for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, right now, I think we're definitely a little more PA heavy,
Mhm.
but there's weeks, like, next week where I'm really gonna be, like, your sidekick at
Truly.
our retreat and make sure you're taken care of and really assist you
Truly.
professionally, so that will be more EA heavy. But yeah, that's actually what I love about the job is that every day is so different,
Mhm.
you know?
It is.
Like, I would be so bored if it
I
was just truly what I thought coming in, right? I know I pitched you all these ideas and I threw in a little bit of EA, a little bit of PA, but I truly thought I would be, like, sitting at a desk, doing your emails, doing your calendar, and, like, ordering some stuff on Amazon. Right? That's not what it is.
I know, I thought that was gonna be it too.
That's not what it is.
You're,
It's
like, out and about a good bit.
I'm out and about, yeah, mhm. I try to do all, like, returns, dry cleaning, anything where I have to be out in one day.
Yeah.
I always do one day in person here at your house with you
Yeah,
so
to
that we
take
can just
inventory.
yeah, we
Tell them
can
what do you do? Like, on a day where you're in person, what are some things that you do around the house or and, like, look at?
yeah, so I'll come in, I'll check food inventory, I'll place an Instacart order so that while I'm doing other things, that's being worked on and delivered. I'll put that away when it comes. I will check out, like, your bathroom products
Mhm.
sometimes and, like, order new stuff there.
Yep.
I'll put away deliveries, so, like, this morning, I set up her whole front porch. It's so stinking cute.
But it's stuff she ordered on
It's stuff
Amazon.
so we'll link to it.
Yep. And
But
that's what we will link to
we
it.
will link to it. It's
Love it.
so stinking cute.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so stuff like that. I work with handymen, I work with cleaners, I work with your chef,
All the kids stuff, the kids'
all the
bags, the
kids'
kids' birthday
stuff.
parties, invites,
Oh,
school
yeah.
photo or like this morning she was ordering school photos.
Yeah.
Parker had his little hands. The
Oh
little
my
hands were
gosh.
sitting on a book and Easton was holding an apple and she's like, "So which one, mom?" And so we like picked the dip we had to do one. But like you're ordering those?
Yeah. I mean,
Family photo coordination?
family photos, we have a session on Sunday.
Just getting outfits for it?
Yep. I mean, there's just so much that goes into it, and you have to be flexible, you have to be proactive, and you might have to work a little bit later sometimes or a little bit earlier sometimes to get the job done.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, being flexible is just such a huge part of the job.
Yeah. And you
Yeah, and
can't
priorities change sometimes, right?
yeah.
So, like, today, the home stuff, the what is it
The
called?
15 things for
The
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 loan.
15 loan things. That is, like, number 1 priority, so we're gonna knock that out as soon as we're done with this.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it really is a mix and it depends, and you have
it
to have
is.
someone who is like, "Yep, I can do that." But now I do have this opinion too. For those of you that are like, what if I'm not lucky enough to just have a rose pitch me in my email inbox?" I would run an ad. The
Oh,
last 2
yeah,
teammates we've hired we found them from advertising, which is also what we do, but like you can do that. So I really, 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 really feel strongly that you should have someone locally because
mhm.
number 1, they can
Do an
they
in-person
can
day.
do an
Yeah.
in-person so that you get to connect with them. They get to see other opportunities because 'cause she'll be around me enough to be like, "Hey, do we need to do this?" Like, because she's getting to experience it, but the Amazon and the dry cleaning and the returns and the ordering and the all of those little things. She made a house manager binder. Like, there's so many things that I really feel like there's a benefit of being in person. I mean,
I
she
would
drives me to
agree.
the airport. Most of it, even if it's on the weekend, she picks me up, drops me off. Like having someone locally, I feel like is a non-negotiable for if you're running a business and you got a lot of stuff like those in-person things. Having someone to be there to support you that's why I think a local radius ad is really important.
Totally. You could find an amazing person by running an ad,
Yeah,
for sure.
and here's what Rose didn't have, literally any experience as being a personal assistant.
Yeah.
She just had the qualities of someone, and one thing that I like to say in my company is when I worked at the ad agency, you didn't get a job that had manager or director or lead unless you'd been there for 8 to 10 years doing that one thing. Like, you don't get those roles. It was like a whole thing, and I'm just like, I have hired based on the potential, not the resume. The potential, not the credential. Ooh, that's
Ooh.
basically how we've done it. It's like, I see the potential. You've got the ability to do this job, period.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna do that. And she absolutely had the ability. So, like, you just have to have someone that has the qualities of completely organized, not afraid of hard work, and not rigid on the exact schedule, and just down to like, I messaged This is one of my favorite things. I messaged Rose 4 days in advance to flying to Las Vegas, and I was like, "Hey, I don't wanna go to Las Vegas alone." And moving forward, she knows, like, she would have been the one being like, "Hey, we're going to Las Vegas."
Oh,
But
yeah, we're still I mean,
we're
we're
learning.
6 months in. I just had my 6-month review, so, like, we're still learning
True.
things. Yeah.
And so it was funny because I messaged her and I was like, "Hey, I really don't wanna go to Las Vegas on my own, I realize. That sounds like a bad idea. Can you please just join me?" And we'd already
You
paid for the
actually texted me at, like, 9 p.m. and you said, "Hey, I have a question for you. Are you doing anything on this day? How would you feel about joining me in Vegas?" I'm like, "Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's go, rock
She
and
was
roll.
down, it was
I'll book the
amazing.
flight."
And it was so amazing, like, you just you like, you we land. and I'm behind on messages and emails, and she's, like, setting up the whole room. She's, like, steaming things, the makeup, sitting out. I'm like, the way that I can actually become happy and breathe because I'm able to get work like, we're both working. Neither one of us aren't.
Yeah,
We're just doing different work so that it all works. And
exactly.
it's just like, I'm so great. I gotta tell her all the time, I'm so grateful because she just gets to see the side of me that is the stress sometimes, that she sees all the things that goes on, and that's why she's so happy to just be there. And so finding someone that you can trust that is happy to do whatever it is and can be professional with other people because you do a lot of
Yeah.
outbound community. She even is in my inbox. So like she responds to people on my behalf off of my own inbox, like, hey, it's Rose, Ashley's EA. Just wanted to jump in here to make sure you get a timely response. Like
Yeah.
she does that all the time.
Yeah. And so that's what I was gonna say because we kinda hit on what I do on a
Yeah,
personal
let's talk about some of the
assistant side.
roles that the things that you do.
Yeah, so for the EA side of things, it's a lot of calendar management, so just scouring your calendar all of the time,
Yep.
seeing if we can shift meetings or maybe suddenly you have to do this, so we have to move a meeting or whatever, so it's a lot of calendar management.
Mhm.
Um, it's a lot of inbox management, so every single morning, first thing I do is I check our messages to see if anything has come in from the day before overnight. I add it to my priority list. I organize my priority list. I go into your inbox. I filter through your inbox, which is we have a really cool system for this, by
Let
the
tell 'em
way.
give them a secret. It'll help them. Tell them about, like, our categories and what we found, like, even the
Mhm.
coaching one, like, we've made
Yeah,
Robert
we're
ones.
figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
So when I see an opportunity for a category of email to have a folder, I'll make a folder for it.
On the
So,
left-hand side.
yep,
Yep.
on the left-hand side. So we use Gmail.
Yep.
And so basically there's an Ashley folder, and you always wanna put an exclamation point in front if you want it to stay up top and not be alphabetical. So
It
there's an Ashley folder,
so it says exclamation point Ashley
Ashley.
so that it's the folder that folds up at the top. Yep.
Yep. And then that is anything that you need to see, you need your eyes on. So
Mhm.
anything like that goes in there. And then there's a Robert folder, our videographer, so anything
Mhm.
video goes in there. There's a coaching call folder, so
Mhm.
all of your pre-submitted questions. We now have passed that on to client success, but they're all summarized, organized, and put in that folder, so
Mhm.
you can easily access that.
Yep.
There's a VIP day folder, so
Mhm.
all of your VIP day stuff, communication goes in there. So yeah, I
There's some, like, Eagle's Nest one or
yep.
there's something like that for the short
There's a
term.
closing
Yep.
folder right now, so anything closing needs goes
Like
in
for
that
loan,
folder,
property, yep.
and what's cool is, like, when you're done with that, we can just take that folder out,
Yeah.
you know? Like, you won't need it
Mhm.
anymore, so I do a lot of inbox organization. I respond where I can.
Yep.
I'll respond on your behalf where I can. I'll forward myself things that you don't really need to know, but I need to know.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I'll draft a message so that when you look at the email, you can just review the draft and send it.
Yep.
And then I do my own inbox, and then I start knocking out my priority list.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a typical day.
It is. You got
Mhm,
calendar, you got like there's the in-person, there's the calendar and scheduling, then there's just any personal things that
mhm.
relate to the kids, scheduling, access,
School.
school. You have to have someone that you trust that can take care of all the things. If you're going to do returns, I don't want to be like, I wonder if that return and when was that? I just don't have time
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah,
So,
totally. And,
because there's personal expenses and then there's business expenses. So she had to have my personal card and my business card and the date of birth of all the kids so that she can work with the school so that she can.
oh, and I make, like, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, so that way it works with your calendar so you can actually, like, go be a mom and do those things.
She schedules self-care,
Uh-huh.
anything scheduling.
Yep, I do anything I buy for you, we link on Shop My or Amazon storefront.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it.
There's so much. Is there any
Yeah.
other things on your list from the role of anything else you can think of that you do? Because that's people's number one
Hmm.
question.
Hmm, hmm,
I
hmm.
feel like we covered a lot of it.
We covered a lot of it. One thing that just, like, popped in my brain
Yeah.
is when we were talking about all of the bank account stuff, like, you need somebody that you trust and that
Good God.
can keep things confidential, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'm not going around like, "Ashley has $4 in her bank account."
Ashley, she's like, "Ashley got an alert. There's less than 1,000 in the checking account." And I'm like, "Ruh-roh."
But I'm not, like, going and spreading your business around the world, and,
Yeah,
like, so confidentiality is, like, a huge thing you need to trust
totally.
somebody with and find somebody who can keep things confidential.
Yep.
So, yeah, but I mean, there's so much that you could use an EA, PA for.
Mhm.
Like, for example, sometimes I'll help pack you or I'll help pick out outfits for things for you,
Mhm.
which would probably fall into, like, stylist.
Totally.
But, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
the role is constantly evolving, and we're learning more about each other. We're starting to get a little bit too in sync,
Yeah, she's like
which is
my
great for the
comedian,
role,
and what did
but
you say earlier? You're like EA, PA, ESP.
emotional support person.
She is. Now when I
Yeah.
go somewhere, I'm like, "Where's
Where's
where's
my
where's Rose?"
where's Rose? Where's my Rose?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool how you can make it your own. Like, basically, where are you spending your time, right?
Mhm.
What is taking up the most amount of your time? That's what you should pass off.
That's why you have to audit your time.
Mhm.
And when the last thing I'll say is people ask me when should you hire an executive assistant and a personal assistant, and in my opinion, you actually can hire it too soon. I think that I could have I absolutely could have benefited from having you in my life more full time sooner.
Yeah.
But I think like even before you until the company grew to what it was and we just have because now I'm simply managing more clients and managing more team. And
Mhm.
so when that wasn't the case, like having cleaning support or chef support, like having even before I think I just had cleaning support and my mom helped out a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
That worked so well for a while, but then it became so much when you have multiple businesses, you have multiple properties, you have multiple teammates. That's when it was like I feel like for those of you that are trying to decide when do you need what, I would delegate those home tasks first. Like
Mhm.
having a house, that's why I'm going to link to the house manager checklist. And even Rose, we can put like Rose's roles summarized in a little link below this.
It's
If you
already done.
opt in,
It's already
oh my
created.
God, she already made it. So we'll have that linked below this YouTube or podcast episode for some of her roles, just summarized in a list for those of you that like that. But I really believe that you can hire a little bit too soon. If you're a one-person show, you might not be ready for an executive assistant full time. Like there's probably other things in the business. Like I actually love that I did every role, I wore every hat, I did every website build, every email, every client meeting, every I did absolutely everything for the first, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, and then Laura Beth came along, and she was part-time for another couple of months, and then as soon as we hired Laura Beth, that created space. Then I was able to do more. Then we hired again, I was able to do more. Then we hired again, I was able to do more, and then I hired again, I was able to do more because things were taken off of her plate and my plate so that we could elevate. We ended up being at a place, and I'm like, "Okay, after you have a teammate or 2, you might benefit from an
Yeah.
executive and personal assistant." I just think you gotta have here's the why I say that. I need you to have I need you to create something that people are buying so that you know you've got something that's worth your time being bought back for,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
we did read that book
Buy back your
too.
time. Yeah.
Buy Back Your
We'll link
Time
that
by
below this too. Dan Martell.
Dan
Yep.
Martell, yeah. So we read that,
Together.
when I first came on board. Actually, I think before I even
Yeah, I was like,
started,
"Hey,
I
if we're
was
gonna
like,
do
"Let me
this,
have
it's."
this read."
Oh, I was reading that book right when you sent me that message. I was like, "This
Oh,
is
that's weird.
crazy." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Will you read it?" And then you beat me to reading it all.
Yeah.
Like, I love when I ask you to read something, you really do.
Yeah, that's another thing you can utilize an executive assistant for is, say you really have been wanting to listen to this podcast or read this book or attend an Alex Hormozy live
Thing.
book launch, you can send your executive assistant to do those things for you and then report back with a summarized version. Like, it literally can save you so much time, and on the topic of when should you hire an executive assistant, that book actually goes over it, and it's like, calculate how much an hour of your time costs,
Right.
and then that's how much you pay the person. It's a whole
It's
formula,
a
but
formula saying if your rate is one thing and you can delegate for another thing, there's a certain point where the difference doesn't make sense.
right,
That's why I'm like, some people, I mean, most of the people listening to this have an established business and they're getting sales, whether you're a
totally.
6, 7, or 8-figure entrepreneur. If you're just getting started and you're like, dang, I want to have my food made and I want to have someone do delivery. I get that. And also let's make sure that your time has a value guaranteed because
Mhm.
here's what you don't do. You don't hire an executive and personal assistant and then sit around twiddling your thumbs and not doing anything. Like I admit,
No, you do
Rose
more. You do
you do
more
more.
high
Rose knows
level
that when she
things
is driving the car, I'm doing something. Like I'm actually working the whole time
the whole time.
because
Mhm.
I'm able to take advantage of the fact that I'm not driving.
Yep,
Yeah, so we just make the most of our time.
totally. So that's one way to know.
Yep.
Another way to know is, do you often say to yourself, "Gosh, I just need a clone of myself"?
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good indicator that you might need to clone
So
yourself
true.
via executive assistant.
So true.
So, yeah.
Well, Rose is amazing if you can't tell.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Rose, for
I
being
love
on the
you.
podcast. We'll put a little link below to all the stuff that she does, and the house manager links, all of that below. And coming up on the next episode is, gosh, we got some really good stuff coming. Let me look at our list. We've been working on one thing I want to teach you to do is, and I told this to our clients recently. I said, one of the tips you can do is don't record an episode or a podcast without knowing what the next thing is because it's a story.
Mhm.
Because we used to just end the episode. So now I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to say, get excited because the next episode, we're going to be talking about Black Friday and Cyber Monday because it's coming up soon and how you can prepare and what I've learned from making tens of millions of dollars for my clients when I worked agency side for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So get ready for that on the next episode. Don't forget to click the link to get the resources we shared. And also, if you haven't, also click the link to join the Win with Paid Ads podcast. Or not the podcast, gosh, you're listening to it. Join the challenge. It's amazing. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. You're the best, Rose.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Love you.
Love you.